am Holly. I am a third grade teacher. I am the student support services teacher for my grade level. I work with students who are English learners and or have learning differences. Many of my students have reading disabilities and exhibit signs of a written expression disorder. That's why I chose to do my project on writing. It's through the scientific writing unit that I incorporated what I learned from COTEL and to show my learning and to work with my students and hopefully help them be more successful with their writing.
Writing on a computer, you can just, on Book Creator, you can just press on your letter and then you can make it bigger or smaller if you want. And if you make it with your hands, that's kind of super hard. If you will make letter too big, you should erase it and start it over.
For some students, writing is a very difficult skill. And the reason is because it's not just one skill. Writing involves several steps in a process that makes it difficult for students, especially ones with symptoms like dysgraphia. And the writing process is made up of these steps that they have to try and put together. They have to think of what they're going to say, and then they take those big chunks of ideas and make them into smaller ideas. They have to hang on to this in their mind and try and write it down. And finally, they have to go back and make sure that what they wrote down is what they were trying to say.
So maybe there are some people who are doing books about their lives. And if they're doing the first copy by their hands, that can be kind of hard to write your book with your hands. Because working all night or all day to write those letters to everybody understand, make them normal sized, and don't make them like too large, too small. That's the giant problem to make the book.
Another way to look at learning and having writing efficiency is to consider all of the building blocks that students have to have. If they have a slow or low working memory, their language isn't great, then the skills that come above that are even more difficult for them. They can't be thinking about capital letters and spelling if they can't remember the word or the sentence that they were trying to say.
If you're a story writer and you want to write a story, then you should not start to write. You should first imagine your story in your head. And then already if you think that's perfect and you want to write it, then you should start this.
Due to so many of my students having issues with their writing, I wanted to give assistive technology a go with helping them with their writing. See if we can make the processing easier for them so they can focus more on the content and reaching that level of writing efficiency. One of the objectives in the scientific writing unit is for students to take scientific notes. They have to understand the scientific method, so I created a digital notebook that they could take notes on using technology instead of having to handwrite. Using voice to text and predictive texting makes it a lot easier for students to be able to get their ideas down.
If you don't know a lot of how to write and you're in first grade or second grade or even K or pre-K, it's okay to use that. I even use that too now. And my sister uses it because she's in 7th grade, and I have a sister who's in 10th grade.
And what if I told you that I use voice to text because it's just faster?
That is absolutely normal. All the people, if it's easier to them, they can use it. It's absolutely normal for people to use it.
The title of this book is Clowns. Introduction. Have you ever wondered that our the plant grow in the shade? For growing, it needs sun, water, and soil.
Using his notes from his digital notebook, my student Lev was able to take that writing and then use it to write his article and narrate his article in the form of a book creator project. It's obvious that learning was happening and he was a successful writer and he felt confident about what he had done and he was able to do everything independently.
There's a lot of like apps in the world that help people spelling. And when I was in second grade and first grade, I used those apps. And now I use them sometimes too on hard words. But if you're even in 10th grade, that's okay to use a spelling app. Because maybe you don't know that app. My mom even don't know any of English words in books now. She forgot it because she wasn't using them a lot of time. It's okay.